Hello anyone, and welcome to whatever this is, which today is Xenoblade Chronicles X. Another one of my favourite games of all time. I'm so excited to be playing this again. Background on how much I know. Have I played this game before? A ton. I love this game, but I've never actually finished it. I've got to chapter 11 out of, I believe, 12. So, while I know some bits about the ending, I really have no clue how it goes down. And I think it's time for us to finally discover that. So, yeah, I have quite a bit of experience with this, but I am coming pretty much straight out of playing Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, which is close enough but slightly different enough that I'm concerned about how it'll go. But with no further ado, I will jump straight into this.
July 2054 AD. The Earth was caught in a great battle between unknown alien forces. Their weapons were terrifying and powerful beyond human reckoning. Our planet was overwhelmed, its surface reduced to ash and rubble in the blink of an eye. The Coalition government knew the war was coming. In response, they prepared the Earth-Life Colonization Project, Project Exodus. Interstellar arcs were launched all across the planet, from every major city on Earth. Bravely, we leapt from our cradle, our home for the last 4.5 billion years. But most of the arcs never even made it out of the atmosphere. Only a small handful managed to escape. Among them was our ship, the White Whale. After leaving Earth behind, we spent 2 years wandering in space, searching. We thought of ourselves as the lucky ones, the pioneers who would settle a new world. But our past caught up with us. Literally. The alien blitz was unrelenting. If not for the efforts of a lone hero, we would never have survived. Our ship took heavy damage. We lost control. With our flight systems down, the White Whale was pulled into the gravitational field of a nearby planet, its hull shattering and breaking to pieces as we plummeted toward the surface. Since then, 2 months have passed.
Well then! So that's the opening cutscene. Sorry about the offline sign in the corner. My Wii U doesn't like connecting to the internet anymore, and even if it did, I've never in my life wanted to use the online functions of this game. I wish I could make that go away, but I don't think I can. Also, the aspect ratio on this seems to be a bit weird, and I don't think there's anything I can do about that either, so again, my apologies. Right, as you can tell, not much like the original Xenoblade, is it? There are similarities, but not a huge amount, so I will create my character and get back to you when that's done. Alright, we're all done. So here I am. It's the closest I could get to me without it looking terrifying, because that is sadly a very easy option with X. And for the voice, we are going with the icon Karina Reeves. Because you can't beat Fiora. And now, I believe we are done. If I can figure out the right button. There we go, so finalised. And into the game we go. I do love a good character creator, but I spend far too much of my time on them. Feel free to judge me later as you will. But for now, action! And we will do once the loading screen is over, because boy, these times are longer than I remember them being.
Attention, external access confirmed. Disengaging stasis in 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing hatch. Please stand clear.
Hey there. Looks like you're all in one piece. Careful. Just take it nice and slow, okay? Your senses will need time to reactivate. Your pod is the only one around that landed intact. Good thing I found you. My name's Elma. You want to tell me yours? You don't even remember your own name? It must be the stasis hangover. That's not good. Just try and focus, all right?
Okay, it was a fake out. Right. It's fun. X is literally the only game on the Wii U that I've had that I think I've ever found the gamepad useful. So, for what you can't see on the main screen, my name is, of course, Aurora. There we go. But yeah, we're off to a great start.
Good, there we go. What else you remember? It'll come. In the meantime, I'll get you up to speed here as best I can. How are your limbs? Can you move?
Show your body is working fine, or show you're still disoriented? Let's start this off optimistically. We will nod.
We'll take it easy while you shake the stasis out of your system. One step at a time, all right? First things first. You'll be needing a weapon. There you go. All right, let's get going.
Well, we have a gun now. Clearly that solves all of our problems. Oh dear. That was a very loud instrumental flourish there. Ah, the advice. I love these, they've been so well memed. Anyway, follow the arrow. Yep, that much I can do. And welcome to Primordia, everyone. I will just take a moment to mess with the settings, if I can. And then we will jump right into it. Okay, on we go. Oh, I'm excited to be back here. I hope I can remember everything. Apparently I've got the camera controls. Ah yes, this is the game where you have to press ZR to jump, which has then messed me up for jumping in every other game anytime I play it. Most notably Breath of the Wild, because oh boy I messed those up a lot. But enough about other games, let's focus on this one.
Most of the white whale's life pods didn't survive the crash, like this one. You're one of the lucky few. Right. You don't even remember the white whale, do you? You know, the L002? The ship we escaped Earth on? You remember Earth, right? Planet Earth. Your homeworld. Or rather, it used to be anyway. Unfortunately, it was caught in a battle between two alien forces. And destroyed. Ring any bells? Don't feel bad. It's one memory I'd like to forget. I know. It's been following me for a while now. I didn't want to alarm you, but we're going to need to defend ourselves. You up to the task?
I hope so. Oh, such iconic music. I don't know if any of us really liked Black Tar when it was released pre-game. Or the preview at least. But man, I love Black Tar now. And yes, I do know the entire rap of Black Tar from memory. Maybe one day, if you're nice, you will hear it. Okay, I do remember enough of this, apparently. But then I spent a lot of time playing this game, so one would hope so. Good to know Xenoblade 1 hasn't put me off too much.
You're not half bad.
Thanks. I think.
There's plenty of work back in the city for someone who knows how to handle a weapon, you know.
Show interest in finding work, or look depressed at the idea of work. Oh, as someone who will soon be starting my job again post-COVID, which is an idea, maybe we'll just look depressed at the idea.
Hey, I'm not trying to pressure you into anything, alright? It'll be your decision in the end.
Oh, I'm kidding, I like my job.
But anyway, we can talk more details later. For now, let's keep moving.
This is probably a good time to throw in my usual disclaimer. I do have an IRL job, I'm not looking to be a professional YouTuber. And this is proven by the fact that I kind of suck at games. So if you're going to watch this, be prepared for a focus on story over gameplay, because I am not always the best. But I will do my best. Oh, I forgot how much tapping you have to do in this. The button mashing feels endless. But as with Xenoblade 1, you can see already that we have collectibles lying around, which look like the Sims icon for some reason in this. They were much more subtle in the original. And also these treasures, which you really have to button mash for, and it's annoying. But hey, I'll try not to complain too much. Wouldn't that be a change? I enjoy this game. Now I could fight some of these guys and level up a bit before going too much further, and it's pretty tempting. So let's probably end up progressing this and go for some of these guys.
Open fire! Now! Target in sight!
But yeah, with this one, you can basically...
Nice.
It's called Soul Voices,
When I hit,
and people ask you to do certain types of arts.
fire away.
And one hopes that they respond, although that's annoyingly rare.
I can't move.
And I think that Soul Voices, if used correctly, might heal you. It's been a while.
Flame
Move in and do some damage.
What I do remember is that Elma endlessly loves using,
Hang in there.
what are they called?
Way to go.
Melee arts.
Nice work.
And I don't, particularly. So, you know, that's fun. Ooh, art acquired. Excellent.
Open fire.
Apart from the fact that it's an aura, which I rarely use. But I'll take it, I guess. I tend to prefer ranged weapons. I think I went over that in Astral Chain. Speaking of Astral Chain, you may have recognised a voice actor by now. Have to see who picks it up. My health is not doing great here.
This is really bad.
I should heal up first.
Hey, you did heal me. Thanks.
Destroy.
Flame
Move in and strike.
Yeah, oh, I can.
When I hit hard. Are you kidding? Hang in there. We've got a way to go.
Nice work.
It's so weird hearing Karina Reeves' voice in this. I've never played with her voice before, but I kind of have to now. After my great Fiora realizations of Xenoblade 1. Which if you haven't watched, I highly recommend.
Stagger them with a melee.
Can't recommend that game enough. This game is mostly nonsense by comparison, but it's really fun nonsense.
Move in and do some damage.
I would, Alma, if you wanted anything other than melee arts. Because I only have ranged available right now. And yes, I know I'm doing a dumb thing and attacking something that's at a much higher level than me,
Flame grenade.
but what am I if not dumb?
Upper hand.
My bad decisions are starting early in this playthrough, I see. But I want to catch up with Elma, she's already level 5.
This is really bad. Kill me.
I should heal up first.
Yeah, I don't really remember how any of this works specifically enough to explain it,
We got
but I
it.
seem to be
Let's move.
decent at actually doing it. Must be the muscle memory. Right, I will stop delaying and actually get on with the plot now. Oh, it's just so nice to be back. I keep trying to press B to jump. I've been playing too many games with normal control systems. Oh, this is going to come back to bite me later, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. I do remember the sprint control. Love it when a plan comes together, and I have a lacy potato for my efforts. So, you know, that's fun. And I remember the run control. One of the great things about this game is the stupid ability to jump. I love it so much. As with many things in this game, which I'm sure you will discover. If I haven't already yelled about it enough before it's even really got going properly. Oh dear.
The rain's starting to let up, just in time for sunrise. Follow me. I promise you're gonna love this. Pretty wild, huh? They're all indigenous, as far as we can tell. We need to learn to play nice with these guys if we're going to try and coexist together. We call this planet Mira. You won't find it on any star chart. But it's our new home.
And there it is. The introduction.
Recognize the habitat unit? That's where we're headed. Watch yourself. That first step's a doozy. We can jump if you like. You could handle the fall. But the indigents down there are another story. Some big, some mean, all nasty. Given our options, the high road here would be the safer way to go, relatively speaking. That said, whichever way you want to go, I'll follow your lead. You decide.
Well, yep, sprinting. That I know how to do. I mean, we could go the safe way. Or we could just YOLO it. Other things I love about this game. The completely absurd lack of fall damage. It's great. Oh, you can tell that this is a very different game to Xenoblade 1. And frankly, I'm okay with that, because I don't think anything can really compare to Xenoblade 1. One of my all-time favourite games in the whole world. But this is just a quality of its own. I'm so excited about it. Yeah, Elma, what part of me only having one melee thing so far do you not understand? This is the game where my compulsive running in circles during battles began. Don't know why, but it did. Now all we can do is level up, because I would really like some more arts. Might actually get to hear bits of Black Tar this time, given that the battle's going on a bit longer. I forgot what the criteria is to be able to... Hey! We can resuscitate. Let's jump back in then. Really don't remember how you do that, which is probably a bad. The good old starting things. Oh, I failed the soul voice. This one's different as well, in that you can choose your own class as you get higher leveled. I have to get to level 10 first. And while I'm talking about stuff that happens in the future, I'm gonna try and keep this spoiler free. Partially because I haven't played it in... Oh gosh. I don't think I've played it since I moved house, so more than 2 years. But also because I just want it to be a good experience for people. So no spoilers in the comments, please. I will do my best not to spoil anything that happens. And let's all just have a good time with it. Because I know I'm planning to. Oh, I really want to fight some of these guys to level up. I'm only level 3, so it's a stupid idea. But I'll leave it for now. Oh, there's that good old Primordial music. I really love the music in this game too. It has quite a different vibe from Xenoblade 1, but it's good nonetheless. Right, here's some weaker things. I'm going to attack these for a minute.
Open fire! Now!
Target in sight! Shadow strike! Nice! Move in and do some damage!
When I hit hard.
Scream edge!
Yeah, so all of the soul voice stuff does seem to improve your health, which I very much appreciate.
Chrome armor.
Light! Nice! Move in and do some damage!
Flame grenade.
It's also weird in this because you have both a melee and a ranged weapon.
I'm done.
I'll topple him!
Hit them hard. Me.
Upper hand!
Our morale level is pretty good. Is that what gets me revivable? Elma?
Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike!
Oh, you have to have 1000 TP. Okay. Did she just use them all on a talent art instead of reviving me? That is extremely rude, Elma, and I'm giving up on waiting for you. So yeah, 2 different weapons to choose from on this, which means a greater variety of arts to be had later. Which will help me, because I got very irritated with only having set options for some of them in Xenoblade 1. Oh, I'm all the way back here. Fine, I guess we'll go the safe and boring way. Not that any of the indigents were attacking me at all, but, you know, may as well. Oh, I don't even know what I'm talking about, but I don't care. I'm so excited about this. And this is still a pretty decent looking game. I mean, it's no definitive edition or Switch level, but for Wii U, I always thought it was pretty nice.
As long as they're coming to us.
Oh, I guess we'll fight you. It's weird, because the more dangerous ones are actually the ones who didn't aggro you on sight. Whereas these ones do. And I guess I can live with that. It's one way to level up a bit before we get to the city. Another thing about this that I don't know if it was really a thing in 1 is you can lock your target onto specific parts of the enemies and sometimes break them off, which can be beneficial. Oh, another art. Let's hope it's a good one. In the meantime, let's keep on running. But yeah, I really do like how this game looks. Even if we've now found the Americans in Xenoblade, when I remain delighted that 1 was voiced by the Brits. Not that I'm particularly for Britain at the moment, or particularly against American voice actors. It was just a nice change.
Engaging. Lay down some fire for me.
Look at this sitting duck.
Shadow strike!
I
like the voice lines for this voice.
Chrome armor.
Oh, I do have another melee one. Excellent.
Destroyed. Move in and strike!
In fact, I have one of Shulk's arts, Slit Edge.
Now we're thinking. Take the attacks.
Oh, it makes me happy that some of them are Xenoblade 1 titles.
This one's finished. Moving close and attack.
Upper hand! Slide nice! Move in and do some damage!
Working on it.
When I hit hard.
But yeah, my main slot, where I got to second to last chapter, had... I forget what the voice was called. I think it was the Joker one. Some of her voice lines were very strange. Oh, if in doubt, shoot it. Oh, come on, I used that art like a second before it registered as a soul voice one. I hate it when that
Melee
happens.
attacks!
Again, Elma, I would if you'd actually wait for the cooldown. I'd really appreciate if you did.
Strike.
Yay! We win!
We got him. Let's move.
Ah, we win indeed. And we got the collectibles to prove it. Although one of the worst things about this game, all of the text being white on black. It's awful. It's also in a very, very tiny font. So playing this on the gamepad, which is possible, is a stupid idea, frankly. And I've only done it once, and that was because a housemate at uni forced me to go downstairs. And I hated it. The early bird smashes the worm. Words of wisdom there from good old Aurora here. The default name for the Xenoblade character is Cross. I don't know why, but that's the thing. It's less of a compelling name than, say, Byleth though, so hopefully I will not forget to use it like I did in good old FE16 round 1. Back in the days when I had literally no idea what I was doing with YouTube, instead of just some little amount of idea what I was doing with YouTube. How things have changed. I'm still not good at it, but I at least sort of know how my audio works. Not always, but mostly. It's taking me so long to get to the place that I've forgotten the name of. But we shall get there eventually, I promise. Nearly there now. And into the next story point. When we get far enough into the yellow blob that it decides it's time, I guess.
Looks a lot bigger up close, doesn't it? And this was just the habitat unit. The white whale was one hell of a ship. Until it all came crashing down, at least. That's the west gate. It's closed off now for security reasons. But we've repurposed a freight elevator that will get us inside. Rexes. Wild. We can't leave them roaming here, not this close to the gate. We're gonna have to take them down. You ready?
The Gregs are attacking! Feels like the soul voices are easier on this game somehow. They're really easy to beat though. And I'm fine with that. Oh, and I have full TP. So if by any chance Armor does die, I can revive her. In some ways I do prefer the X battle system, but I'm so used to the one from Xenoblade 1 now that I'm slightly afraid of messing it up, even more than I usually would be. Yet I know, Elmer, you want to do a melee attack. This shocks literally none of us. There, we got that done.
It's a shame we had to settle near so much wildlife. Luckily, some species aren't so hostile, but they aren't necessarily friendly either. I've come to learn that there's a fine line between self-defense and provoking a fight. We need to walk that line. All right, let's head in. Who knows? Maybe seeing the inside will jog your memory.
Feels like a bit too much to hope for, but we'll give it a go. It looks cool, I'll give it that. Although it is now night time, because of course it is. Why does it have to take me so long to get anywhere? But this game and Breath of the Wild were the ones that ruined any games that weren't open world for me. I love open world so much. It makes me deeply happy. Hey there, Piers.
Thanks.
But yeah, this is what I mean by the font being stupid. I can read it, but it's not easy. Oh hello, you must be a new friend that Colonel Elmer mentioned in her report. Having just woken up after all that time, I'm sure you're dying to get home and take a shower. How did you know? Unfortunately, the west gate is closed at the moment. If you want to enter the city, you'll need to use the elevator at the top of the stairs. They'll probably open the gate soon, thanks to the great work you guys did killing the monsters that were causing all that trouble. Ah yes, the level 3s. I'm sure they were so threatening. But until then, you'll have to forgive the inconvenience. Please understand. Yeah, whatever, Piers. Just be glad that in-game Aurora's knees are not as disastrous as real Aurora's knees. I wouldn't... Goodbye, Alma. Oh, she does respawn straight after me, but I am endlessly amused by accidentally shutting her out of the lift. Well, here we are.
Well, here we are. Not too shabby, huh? For a giant beached spaceship, anyway. But, like it or not, this place is our home now. We took the name from the city it was modeled after back on Earth. We call it New Los Angeles. Welcome to NLA.
And so it was that another survivor came to join our band of refugees. Together, we resolved to forge a new way of life here on Mira, come what may. New LA was our beautiful lie to ourselves. Truth is, we were adrift, heading into the unknown. Our native home was gone, swallowed in a shroud of light. And our future was uncertain. We had no idea what fate lay in store for us. Only that we had to keep living in order to see it.
And there's the title. Although haven't we already seen the title once in this game? We haven't seen it with the cool font yet. I do love the X logo. It's one of those random things that I really enjoy. Yes, I think I will save. In case the capture card crashes again. Fun fact, it's crashed twice so far this episode. Hopefully the editing will have gone okay. I guess I'll find out when I'm doing the editing. But for now, welcome to NLA indeed.
How about a quick tour of the facilities to refresh your memory? Let's start with your living quarters. Follow me.
Brave citizens of New Los Angeles, good day. This is your Director General, Maurice Chausson. Today, I once again come to you with news I am truly delighted to share. Yesterday, we repatriated 10 more White Whale crew members. These fellow pioneers will rejoin our ranks as citizens of NLA, bringing with them skills and know-how that will bolster our ability to survive and indeed flourish here in our new home. This, of course, is only the latest success in our continuing efforts.
Director General?
Part of my
Since when?
initiative for the rescue and recovery
2
of
days
all
ago, ma'am.
our brothers and sisters. I stand here truly
From political aide to Director General in just a few weeks. At this rate, he'll be Emperor by next month.
Sounds like a politician.
Irina? Gwyn?
Nice work out there, ma'am.
So we can ask who these two people are, or we can wonder why they called Elma Ma'am. I'm gonna ask who they are.
Right. Introductions. Irina Akulov, Gwyn Evans.
This one of the survivors, Colonel?
The survivor. I only found a single pod intact at Starfall Basin.
Wait, what? What happened to 10 more crew members?
Politics.
Come on, seriously? Chausson was never one to let the truth get in the way of a good speech. Still, every last survivor counts.
This feels a bit real.
You can call me Irina. I'm with the Interceptors.
Me too. Same division. You can call me Mr. Evans.
I love Gwyn.
Or just Gwyn.
The three of us were in the Coalition forces together. Specifically, the Special Operations Heavy Armor Training Unit, aka the Skeleton Crew. I was a colonel and Irina a lieutenant. Gwyn was a more recent recruit. Of course, I keep telling them we don't need those old ranks anymore now that we're here.
You're still Colonel to me, ma'am. No reorg will ever change that. And that's not about chain of command either. It's about respect. You've earned it.
And the award for Best Ass Kiss goes to...
Well, I'd remind you both the ma'ams aren't necessary if I thought you'd listen.
All right, ma'am. We should be getting back to work. Until next time, Colonel.
Those two are great.
Right. We should be going too. The administrative district isn't far. That's where you'll be calling home. For now, anyway.
I wonder if I can turn off auto-scroll in events. It feels weird having it on. I normally do when I'm just playing, but when I'm doing YouTube stuff, I generally turn it off so I can yell in the middle. Let's have a look. Oh no. By far the worst music in the game. NLA music. How I hate it. Okay, looks like I can't turn off auto-scroll. So, commentary might be a bit different this time round. We'll see how this goes. I'm sure we can make it work. If not, you'll get a lot more of me yelling than usual. If anything truly atrocious happens, I can always go to the home screen, I guess. However terrible it looks on Wii U now I'm used to the Switch. But for now, more stuff. Well, this all looks great.
Damn it! Look, I know what exhaust smells like, and it was exhaust in the cockpit. Just check the ductwork, would ya?
Oh, I'm checking. I just seriously doubt... Hey, look at that! The intake exhaust bypass is reversed. Oh man, it's a good thing I caught that.
You caught that? You're the one who cleared me to fly!
Everything okay? It's not like you to flub a flight check, Lynn. Good thing you had a rugged pilot like Doug at the controls.
Oh, hey Elma. How'd it go out there? And would this be one of the you-know-whos? Cool. I'm Lynn Lee Koo, mechanic and top all-around fix-it gal for Blade.
Find out how old Lynn is, or find out what happened with the exhaust. I don't want to be skeptical of Lynn, but I don't remember, and I'm curious.
She's 13, and I know, she looks young, and she is young, but trust me, she's one of our top talents.
Most of the time, that is. Most of the time.
Anyway, you guys heading back to the barracks?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
As long as you're here, why don't I take you on the transport? It's a great way to see the city. I'll give you the grand tour.
That sounds like a great idea.
All right, Doug, I think that'll be all for today. You can clean up here and dock the Skell.
What?
Don't mind the exhaust. I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Don't mind it? Wait, why am I cleaning up your mess in the first place? Lynn! Lynn!
Kind of love Lynn. Also, yes, she shares a voice actress with a far less superior character from Astral, but we won't have the flashbacks, thank you. Okay, Lynn is now in our party, and none of us can be removed. Now we get used to those three not being removable. Right, where are we going? To this maze of a place. Oh, it's been so long since I played this.
Not bad, huh? You can see everything from up here.
It beats walking, that's for sure.
The best way to see NLA. I never get tired of this view. It's like a different city every time.
It's certainly come a long way in the last few weeks. There's still so much to be done.
One day at a time.
Speaking of which, we don't really have time for a full pleasure cruise here. Why don't you give us the express tour, Lynn? Just the highlights.
Okay, you got it. New LA is divided into 4 districts. We departed from the Industrial District, where Doug and I were conducting the flight test. It has food production, skill development, you know, industries and stuff.
It's also where the West Gate is located, remember? Expect to pass through there fairly often. The only other gate out of the city is in the Administrative District, but I'm skipping ahead.
Next is the commercial district. Restaurants, galleries, cafes, clothing, groceries, you name it. It's a veritable shopping paradise.
The CD is the closest thing to a downtown we've got. It can actually get pretty crowded sometimes.
Well, by NLA standards anyway. Day or night, the best and only bargains on the planet. To your right, the residential district. Housing, housing, and more housing. Well, plus a nice park and the cathedral.
If you're ever looking for quiet time alone, or want to relax and unwind with a good book, that's the spot.
Right? The park is my favorite place to just zone out and chill. And last but not least, our destination, the administrative district, the nerve center of the heart of NLA. Note the distinct dual-level structure here. The upper level holds our administrative tower, home to Blade HQ and the government. Not to mention Armory Alley, as well as the barracks where we live. The lower level there is a hangar complex for Skell maintenance and repairs. And this concludes our tour. We will be landing shortly.
Thanks, Lynn. We'll save the rest of orientation for once we're back at the barracks.
Is it always raining when you do this? I really don't remember at this point. Doesn't seem like it'd give you the best view, but whatever. NLA, again, not my favourite place on Mira. One would hope that real Los Angeles is a bit more interesting. That has the benefit of not being on a random planet.
Enjoy your stay in the administrative district, and thank you for flying Lindley Airlines.
Right. Let's get you over to the barracks. Then I should file my report. They'll be eager to hear the details on how I found you, I'm sure.
Well then, we better not keep them waiting. The barracks are pretty close, actually. They're set up just behind the giant blade tower here. That road there wraps around the left side and leads right to it.
We'll pass through Armory Alley, but let's not get sidetracked, okay? We can check it out later.
Okay, admin district it is. Oh, I hate the music here so much. By Xenoblade levels, it's utter trash. But we tolerate it. I can't mechanical that enough yet. Sad times. We'll do a proper tour at some point. For now, I'm focusing on story. It'll be much like Xenoblade 1. I'll do most of the side quests off camera, unless there's anything really interesting. But we're here for plot, so let's get hold of some. Although I will save while I'm here, because capture card scares me. Alright, onto the Blade Barracks proper.
And here we are, the Blade Barracks. Consider yourself our guest until we finish getting you registered. Feel free to come and go as you please.
Ask about registration, or frown and say nothing. Let's ask.
I think I can answer that one. So, you must be the latest rescue.
Secretary Nagi!
Ms. Kuhn. Chipper as always, I see.
What can I say? Pep is my middle name.
I ran into Doug Barrett on the way here, and he didn't seem quite so upbeat. Anything about today's flight I should know?
No. Nothing to worry about.
Good. Be sure it stays that way. More importantly, Elma, you found another one. Excellent work out there.
I'm right here, you know.
Just doing my job, Mr. Secretary.
Now, as for officially registering our new citizen here...
Why don't we talk inside? There's a lot of ground to cover. It could take some time.
Ah yes, of course. Forgive me. You must be weary from the stasis and your journey back to us. Please, after you.
I'll put on some tea.
Very few of the characters sound how I remember them sounding, which is a bit weird. Other than Elma and Lynn, and Nagi's kind of on point, and Gwyn, I guess, Irina sounded completely different. I don't know why. Doug, I didn't really remember, to be honest. Oops. My bad, I guess.
Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Kentaro Nagi. You may remember me as Captain of the White Whale, but now I serve as Secretary of Defense here for New LA. The provisional government has charged me with keeping the peace, so all military and police matters fall under my jurisdiction.
He's also my superior officer. And he'd be an excellent person to talk to when you're ready to start looking for work.
Meh.
What about a job right here with Blade? She seems capable.
That's news to me.
Let's give it a little more time. At least until she knows enough to be able to make an informed decision.
Again, she's right here.
She seems to be suffering from some form of memory loss.
Memory loss? From the stasis?
She could barely remember her name, and nothing at all about what happened to Earth or the White Whale.
I see. Though, come to think of it, the entire lot of us have only been on this planet for what, 2 months? It shouldn't take very long to get caught up.
My thoughts exactly.
Well then, where should we begin?
Oh, we're doing this now, okay. So, ask how we ended up on Mira, ask for more information about Blade, or ask about registration. Let's go with registration, since I've already selected it.
Ah yes. All citizens of NLA are required to register their name, age, and occupation. We also ask you report any personal assets and take a short survey regarding your current state of health.
Oh, that'll go well.
All purely as a precaution. I'm sure you understand. As the caretakers of humanity's survival, we all have certain responsibilities.
And hey, it's not all bad. Registering gets you access to all kinds of public services.
Okay, so let's go with how we ended up on Mira.
It started at the end, 2 years ago. The end of Earth. The casualty of a battle between two hyper-advanced alien civilizations.
This is not that much in the future as
Their
well.
technology and weapons were beyond our comprehension. We were like infants, naked, powerless.
It's only, what, 32
The Earth
years
was
away?
reduced to ash and blown away.
Man, it's so hard to talk in these gaps.
I still wonder if I hadn't been there. If maybe all of this could have somehow been avoided.
No one can know that, Elma. What we do know is without you, there'd have been no Project Exodus, and no escape for any of us. Did it go perfectly? No. But we are here, and we are alive. We survived.
Yay for us. I think.
So yes, Project Exodus. Once we learned the Earth might be threatened, we needed a plan to preserve all her various life forms. That plan was the Earth Life Colonization Project, otherwise known as Project Exodus.
Having a lot of these flashbacks, aren't we?
Those of us who escaped on the White Whale spent over 2 years wandering in space. 2 hard years. But we clung to our mission. Find a habitable planet and settle there. We had no idea how long it would take. Or that the decision would eventually be made for us.
The xenoforms found us again, and, well, it wasn't a happy reunion. Earth wasn't enough. They wanted humanity destroyed.
Don't we all?
For better and for worse, we were close to planet Mira when we lost control of the White Whale. Inertia and gravity took it from there.
The ship had taken way too much damage to survive entering the atmosphere intact. We had no choice. We channeled all the power we had left to soft land the habitat. Once the dust cleared, we set to work transforming it into its current state. Searching for survivors, establishing Blade, installing the provisional government. Basically, making it a sustainable city.
So, ask for more information about Blade is all we have left.
Blade is an acronym. Builders of a legacy after the destruction of Earth.
Oh, that's awful.
Quite fitting, I think.
I'd forgotten that.
It's a relatively new organization. Up there in space, we had plenty of provisions, and a crew trained to handle the limited amount of situations we might encounter in our travels. But of course, all that changed after we lost most of our ship and came crashing down here on Mira. We needed food, water, search and rescue teams, surveyors, police. The list goes on and on. It was too much for the provisional government to manage on its own, so Blade was born. The idea was to have one central organization with different disciplines to fill these various roles. Its core was pulled from the Coalition military, so it's mostly former soldiers. But fighting isn't our most important duty. Right now, we have a single top priority that supersedes all others. The search for and recovery of the Lifehold.
Take a look at this. The White Whale was designed to carry an exceedingly large number of passengers, all of them held in stasis. All housed in a structure called the Lifehold. This is a complete schematic of that facility. Only essential personnel were conscious and active for the journey from Earth. The flight crew, maintenance engineers. And of course, some military so we could defend ourselves if necessary. But the vast majority were in the Lifehold. Are in the Lifehold. With any luck, they're all still there, in stasis, waiting to be rescued. But there's a problem. We now know the Lifehold broke apart along with the rest of the ship when we came down on Mira. What we don't know is exactly where all the pieces landed. Not very comforting, I know.
Nope.
Blade's top priority now is locating the missing units.
In any case, I'm sure this is all a lot to digest. You'll be wanting some time. Ms. Koo, even I'm tired of hearing myself speak. Why don't you take our guest out for some air? Perhaps a tour of the administrative district.
Yes, sir. Come on, we'll keep this briefing brief.
I mean, it hasn't been so far. But, Chapter 1, First Story Mission. Getting into it now, guys. All 10 of you who have subscribed to me. I'm delighted to have double-digit subscribers, by the way. I haven't mentioned that yet, but it makes me extremely happy. So welcome, all of you who made the poor decision to follow what I'm doing. Good grief, I can't even talk. What is going on with me today? Oh, this game has broken me already, and it's only been like an hour. Well, it's probably more the technical difficulties that I'm afraid of, not gonna lie. But we shall head to the administrative district anyway. Man, I'm really gonna have to get used to the auto-scroll being on. So difficult to fit in my sarcasm between them talking. And I don't want to talk over anyone. But it may happen by accident at this point, and if it does, I'm very sorry. I don't mean to do it.
You know, it's not every day we're authorized to let a civilian tour the administrative district.
Yeah. Nagi must really, really want her to join Blade.
But why, though? I'm not that
the
great.
AD is a bit different from the other districts. It's got everything a Blade would need, all in one place, without any extra fluff.
But what if I like the extra fluff?
Load of that scale. Even the way that they walk is so cool. Oh yeah, work it, baby.
Lynn, are you okay? I mean, no, but ask what a scale is, or I'm gonna gaze longingly at the scale. It has to be done.
Now this girl gets it. Aren't they just the coolest? Just everything about them. The lasers, the force fields, the bipedal and vehicular transformations. You ever have that dream where you're inside one and it's just transforming over and over and over? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Actually, I don't normally show this to people, but I've been working on some Skell fanfiction.
I love
Hold
her.
on, I'll just pull it up here 1 sec.
Lynn?
Oh, right. Sorry.
Originally, scales were developed as a defensive measure to counter potential alien threats. It wasn't enough to save Earth, though. We were outnumbered and outgunned. Still, just look around you. New LA has gone from basically nothing to this in just 2 short months. We could never have come so far so fast without Skell technology. I'd love to get you into one to see for yourself, but it's not that simple.
Well, yeah, duh. For one thing, only Blades are allowed to pilot Skells. And even then, you need a license.
These aren't toys we're talking about. They're complex machines with powerful weapons. And they're a precious resource. We only have so many of them to go around. So yes, as you might imagine, the certification process is a fairly rigorous one.
I'm sure you're thinking, where do I sign up for the test? But it's not that simple. They choose you, not the other way around. You can't just walk in the front door and volunteer.
There is some criteria. The details are largely hidden, but basically, HQ only allows the cream of the crop to take the test. Blades who go above and beyond in their duties, and for the people of New LA in general.
So what do you say? If you become a Blade and work hard, I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before they tap you on the shoulder.
Working hard, though.
Speaking of work, that reminds me.
That's effort.
Why don't we check out the Mission Control Board first? That's where we take on our assignments.
Good call. Let's head on over.
Well, I feel like I don't get much of a choice in this. But we shall go over there. Lynn is quality. I also love her Monado hair clips. Probably the closest we'll get to one in this game, not gonna lie.
So this is Mission Control. We don't have a dispatch system yet, so Blades usually choose their own assignments. Everyone comes here and selects from the missions available on the board.
And it's not just official Blade tasks. Anyone with a request is free to post here. Businesses, citizens, whoever.
Yeah, it's basically how anything gets done in New LA, so the board is constantly updating. Just about every Blade will stop by here at some point in their shift.
It's like our second home. You'll always find a number of Blades around here, blowing off steam or browsing mission control for their next assignment.
Whenever I get freed up, I'll stop here first thing to check for any missions I might be suited for.
Likewise. And if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo, that's what the Scout Console is for. We should show you that next.
Hey, who's giving this tour anyway? We also have the Scout Console, if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo.
Oh, Lynn.
And Elma just said that, didn't she?
Yes, she did. But yeah, this is basically side quest central. We come here for all of the side quests. Yeah, I can't use it yet. But we had a look. Now for the thing I definitely never use.
Ta-da! The Blade Scout Console. When the going gets tough, the tough go to the Scout Console. You know, to get tougher.
If you do end up joining us, you'll quickly realize just how important this little kiosk is.
Will I, though?
A lot of the mission control assignments are too much for any one blade to handle. They tend to call for multiple members with specialized knowledge or unique skills. This console lets you search for and recruit other blades to fill those roles for just such an occasion.
You can't spell blade without team. Sorta. Anyway, awesome, right? So, you're ready to join up?
Hang on, Lynn. Take it easy, would you?
And learn how to spell,
What?
Lynn.
I'm just saying, you'd have to be some kind of an idiot not to want to join Blade.
Well, maybe I am.
Or maybe a crazy person.
Oh, and here I thought you might be pressuring our guest.
Apology accepted. Now, how about a little shopping? And I'm not talking about the stuff over in the commercial district. I'm talking about Armory Alley.
But yeah, I never used this thing. You can use it basically to recruit other people's crosses. I tried to do it because I have 2 other things on this game because I love it. So my main slot and then a secondary one. And I kept trying to recruit them to each other, but I could never find the one I actually wanted on my second slot. It was really irritating. I could get my second slot on my first, but not my first slot on my second. And the first slot by that point was so OP it was pointless even getting my second. So yeah, Scout Console, not my favourite place. And I am completely rambling, so let's save and then get on with this. Okay, Armory Alley, here we go. It's another one of those, did you really have to make me walk this, given that I'm going about 2 steps?
So this street's what we call Armory Alley.
Blades can requisition equipment from any of the vendors here.
I won't lie, most Blade members face danger on a daily basis. Having the latest gear isn't about impressing your friends. It's a matter of survival.
True enough. And that goes not only for your personal armor and weapons, what we call ground gear, but for skell equipment as well.
You can even buy whole skells. Can you imagine owning your own skell? Huh? Oh, right, the tour. I think all that's left is the heart of Blade itself. Blade Tower.
I feel like Lynn talking about skells is me talking about Xenoblade.
Hey!
It's amazing, this game feels so different having played Definitive Edition. And don't get me wrong, I'm still excited to play it, but it will be a tough order to beat Xenoblade 1 in my heart. This is its own kind of nonsense though, and I do adore it. We're just still in the tutorial basically. Soon we will get the more interesting missions, rather than walk 10 paces.
So yeah, Blade Tower. When we come here, it's usually to stop by Blade HQ. The higher-ups, like Secretary Nagi and Commander Vandam, will spend most of their day here. The government leaders, too. They're based in the tower. Guys like our new Director General Maurice Chassan, for example.
Blades sometimes report to the leadership here after we finish key assignments. You'll want to remember this place.
And that about does it for our tour. So, what do you think? Pretty amazing setup, right?
Nah, it's
You
okay.
can't wait to join Blade, right?
Meh.
Okay, Lynn, seriously, that's enough. We're not here to make a sales pitch.
Aren't you,
We just
though?
want you to have all the facts so you can make an informed decision to join us, or not. Now that you've seen where and how we work, hopefully it made a good impression, but your decision will be just that, your decision.
Will it?
In any case, let's head back to the barracks. Secretary Nagi will be waiting.
One has to wonder. Well, that's that done at least. Is it gonna shove me back there? Or am I gonna have to walk? Can I even fast travel yet? I don't have the map on my gamepad, so I'm assuming not. Also, it really bothers me that it zooms back in again every time I do a thing. Well, that didn't go well. Oh, I love the sprint jumping. The fact that I can jump over a tent, basically, makes me very happy. Casually jumping over a massive lorry. But we've reached our destination, and not too slowly, so I'll take it.
Honey, we're home.
Yes, very amusing.
Who wants a fresh cup of tea?
Thank you, Ms. Gu, but I can't stay long. I just wanted to pass along a request from your commanding officer.
Commander Vandam? Does it have anything to do with our new arrival?
Correct. He stopped by while you were out on your tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait to ask you.
Here we go. I bet I can guess.
Me too.
You probably can. He wants to fast-track our new friend here for blade duty with a training assignment.
They're all so obsessed with
What the hell
me.
are we waiting for? As he put it.
The commander does have a way with words.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
I explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem.
That's
And
concerning.
to be honest, given our current need for blade recruits, I can't say I entirely disagree.
Hey, it's not me you need to convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Is it though?
Of course, and I would never force or coerce anyone. Well, friend, what do you say? Can we count on you to do your part?
Obligatory no.
Ms. Ku, how much do you know about life pods?
Life pods? You mean like from the white whale?
Yes, those life pods. Like the one Elma, a blade, rescued our friend here from. Emphasis on the word rescued. Because if you aren't released, you just sit there frozen in stasis. Forever.
So did you have an engineering question about life pods? Or is this all part of the guilt trip?
I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about.
Really?
What'll it be, friend?
Yeah, the no is obligatory because I just love the dramatic zoom in it does on him when you refuse. Let's see it one more time.
Now, you wouldn't want to refuse the people who saved your life, would you, friend?
But yeah, considering the amount of guilt tripping they do immediately after telling you, oh no, we have to let you decide, it's your decision, it's all voluntary, and it's just like, is it? Is it really? You're all obsessed with me and want me to join your club, I get it. You'll regret it very quickly, but if it's what you want, I'll join.
I knew you'd make the right choice. Welcome to the organization.
Thanks, I guess.
Elma, she can start on your team. You'll begin training immediately.
Yes, Mr. Secretary. With pleasure.
All right. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
Clearly I don't belong. But I'm here, I guess. I have been blackmailed into it.
Now then, let's discuss that training assignment. We've decided to start you out on a probe installation, just to get your feet wet.
I guess we should back up a bit. Here in New LA, we're using a specialized computer system called Frontier Nav to help us deploy a sensor grid across Mira. A network of data probes that allows us to monitor conditions and collect all kinds of information about the planet.
Expanding that grid and filling in the blind spots is one of Blade's highest priorities. Here, take a look at this. What you're seeing on screen is a terrain map that includes New LA and the surrounding landmass. As you can see, we've divided the area into a series of hexagonal blocks. We call these blocks segments, and together they form our grid. We determined this was the most efficient pattern, given the limited range of our probes. Based on it, we know exactly where we need the probes to go. Now we just have to install them.
The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. The Frontier Nav probes can also detect the general locations of living things in the vicinity, which comes in handy if we need to track down a blade or another citizen.
Yes, quite handy indeed. So for this first exercise, you'll be heading here, to that white segment. Go there, install the data probe, and then come back home.
Got it. East of the city.
In that case, we can take the east gate out of the administrative district, right? We should be there in no time.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation procedure to you, Elma.
Of course, Mr. Secretary. All right, you two, shall we?
Yeah! Training or not, let's go install the hell out of that probe!
Again, do we really have a choice? But we have reached Chapter 2. And I think that I will leave that for next episode. Because even though I've really done almost nothing gameplay-wise, I've been recording for quite a while, and we've had a lot of information dumped on us. So I will leave this here and get back to it soon. And thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoy this as much as I do, because it's such quality. And until next time, goodbye.